Islanders game later.
Ah,
All right,
but you
well, I'll
would have
talk to you
mentioned.
later. I'll be listening. You guys have a good show.
All right,
All
you
right.
too have one. Jake Bars, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so what's up, Arknolia? You got your list ready for this evening here?
Yeah, I figured what I'd do is finish off my list of everything except prog, because I
All
want to do
right,
that separately, and
all
then
right.
delve into some of the artists that didn't have enough songs for a list, but still were relevant.
Mm,
So this ought to be an interesting bunch of stuff.
Are
all
we
right,
doing? Are we also doing the list of our favorite bands of all time?
Well, we could do that.
we could
Yeah,
do
because
that.
I
Yeah,
put that in. I put that in for last week, and that can go for 60s, 70s, 80s, obviously 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 2000s or 90s and the 2000s. So it's a little bit more open. And so any like your top favorite bands or like obviously rock, it's rock artists, rock bands of all those generations, five of them. So throughout the show, if y'all want to, if we want to start thinking now, I know Keith already has his list, correct?
Correct.
So
Yeah, I got to kind of think about that because
I
my,
know.
my tastes are all over the place.
I mean, you got to think. I mean, this is how I thought of it. So like, you can maybe go pick your favorite out of the 60s, pick your favorite out of the 70s. If you don't like the 90s, do 2000, something like that, or mix them up. Or like maybe the first songs or first groups you were introduced to make you a rock fan is also how I made my list as well.
Well, basically for me, I will say that the first band that I got into pretty heavy in the 60s was the Beatles.
Yes, that was on
same
my
here.
list. Yeah.
Same here. Same here. As for
I
me,
was
it
there
started
when
with
they
the
were new.
cartoon.
I mean, I got to see them from the very beginning.
No, I got into them from the cartoon. They're playing, being on syndicated TV on the weekday afternoons. There, I was
Yeah.
like, I like the music, I like the style, I like the guitars. And then my mom later got me all this these Beatle magazines that she found. I guess one was I guess was a replica of the 1960s magazine, and also an anthology magazine with all the spotlighting all the individual members and their whole life stories, their discography, and all that good stuff there.
And if
And
you everything leads back to the Beatles, right? Because the
I know
Beatles
a
was on
lot of
my
them.
list as
For the
well.
for the
Yep,
most part, that's true. No matter
absolutely.
what
Because
some of the artists nowadays say, they were influenced by the Beatles. Sorry.
yeah, because and it's meant to say as well, and I mentioned this a couple of times before that a lot of guitar sales went up when the Beatles debuted on Ed Sullivan's show back in '64.
Yes.
That's what got me to wanting to play.
Yep.
I mean, what about Corn, System of a Down, stuff like that? Like that you
Keith,
think they
Keith,
were
Keith, Keith, this has nothing to do with those bands.
no, but you think they were influenced by the Beatles?
Right.
They
Maybe
may
so,
say they
maybe
weren't,
so.
but they were.
Maybe
Or-
they may well we'll ought to have to interview them next time there.
yeah.
But it's to say that even the boy bands, all the soft rock singers, all the mainstream rock bands, heavy rock bands, you name it, they all took bits from the Beatles there, no matter what.
Keith,
Okay.
Keith, I'm gonna send you a picture of the Yellow Submarine album,
Oh
Which
yeah.
one?
and
The album, the original or the current one that's out there?
well, I guess the original here because in
Right.
it, what is in it is John Lennon holding up
Oh
the
yeah,
devil,
that
the
double
devil
horn
horn.
sign. That was the original album cover there. One with the some of the songs and some of the original scores.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I wish it would do the same with the Help soundtrack for crying out loud, man.
yeah. And some other 60s artists that I followed and was greatly influenced by were the Beach Boys,
Yes.
the Rolling Stones,
Oh yeah, definitely.
the
Keith
Dave Clark
Moon.
5,
The Who?
the Who.
Yeah,
Keith,
absolutely.
Keith, where's Keith Moon off of? Keith.
He was from The Who. He
Yes.
was from The Who, man. Probably one of the first punk bands out there when you think about it.
Yeah, they heavily influenced punk bands.
Yeah.
And Keith, are you related to Keith Moon?
No.
Oh, jeez. If they had the last name, maybe so.
Yeah.
But Keith Moon was British.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to finish off the list, I might as well hurry up and get started with one. I'm going to
Okay.
pick up on a guy that I should have done when we were doing solo artists.
Yes.
Boz Scaggs.
Oh,
Nah, man. We
wow.
don't really hear from him too much, has of late. Does he still
No.
tour at least? No, really? Oh,
Oh, I don't think he does. I don't know.
I don't know. Because the last time we heard from him was, I guess it was a song called Miss Sun. I think it was back in 81, 82, I think it was.
Yeah, it could be. I think he
Yeah.
originally started with Steve Miller. I know they're from the
I
same
remember
area.
hearing, yes. Yeah, I remember hearing about that as well. I guess he was on a couple of the earlier records with them, and then he went off on his own.
Yeah, and they're both from Texas. I don't know what part of Texas.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Actually, I
Brown.
think it's the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but I could be wrong.
Oh, wow. I got to look that up. That's for shizzle, man.
Yeah, I
Didn't
think it would be
he play
interesting.
with the? Didn't he play with so like a certain famous group or something like that?
Who, Boz Scaggs?
Yes.
Yeah, Steve Miller.
What position?
Guitar.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he was the second guitar player. The other one being Steve himself.
Ah.
Yeah. My number 10 by him is a song called I Got Your Number. One of his early songs.
Ooh,
Ah.
that's a Scott McKinnon favorite. I got your number.
Oh, man. Number 9, I got It's Over, which was off the big album,
Oh, it's
7
another.
Degrees.
It's over, man. It's another alien favorite.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, he's from Canton, Ohio, by the way, there.
Oh, I thought they were both from Texas.
Let me look up Steve Miller. Where he's
Steve Miller
from.
is. Steve Miller is.
Oh, okay, there.
Maybe that's why I thought Boz Scaggs was. Number 8, it got It's Still Falling for You. Number 7 I got is What Can I Say, which is off that same 6 Degrees album.
What year is this from, by the way?
Late 70s, early 70s, somewhere in that range. Number 6 I got You Make It So Hard. Okay.
What?
That's the name of the song. Is You Make It So Hard, and then in parentheses, to say no.
And it says here Steve Miller's from San Francisco, California.
Wow. Okay, wrong on both counts.
Where did Texas come from? Because I have heard that. Maybe he lived here or something.
I think he lived here, but I don't know.
'Cause I've heard that. I've heard that before for sure. Steve Miller.
Number 5 is Lido's Shuffle.
Great
Some
song
artists
there.
Bored in one place, and then they move to another place when they're
Exactly.
like 10, and then that's they say their home state is where they've been since they were 10.
Number 4 I got Jump Street, which is on that same album.
Silk Degrees.
Yeah.
That's one of his big records.
Oh,
there,
that's
when you think
easily
about
his
it.
big one. And number 3 is a song called We're Waiting, which is off the follow-up album I don't remember the name of.
Mm.
Number 2, Low Down, which is off Silk
Great.
Degrees.
Good song there. Great song. I mean, that often got a lot of played on the old jazz station back in southeast Michigan during the early 2000s. Miss that station.
And my number 1 is a song that he did, but the cover is the one that became the big hit, was a song called We're All Alone.
Mm.
And I don't remember who did the cover.
I'm surprised. Well, Look What You Done to Me was not on your list there.
I will miss a few.
Yeah, but that's probably one of his most quintessential love ballads right there. That was from the Urban Cowboy soundtrack from 1980 there.
Oh, okay.
Now, hold on.
Definitely
a minute now.
look it up. Great
What song was that?
It's
Which
called "Look What You've Done to Me." It's from 1980, the Urban Cowboy soundtrack.
Well, there's many other songs in the soundtrack as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm not into country music. That's the only
You
one I
remember that?
really
You've seen
care.
the
well,
movie
wasn't
though,
there a
right?
waltz song
No,
in
I
that?
didn't. Yeah, all night long.
Yeah, that's what
That
I
was
thought.
played on rock radio a lot of times.
But yeah, a lot of the other songs were kind of country.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a country themed movie. Either way, there.
Well, that bar was burned down, but it was in um um it's in Texas. Obviously, it's in the Houston area. I forget which city.
Oh wow.
Let me look. You didn't know that, Brown?
No, I figured it was in some sort of southern part of some state there, whether it was in the
Yeah, that was
Texas or
filmed. That was
Tennessee.
filmed in Houston. That
Yeah,
was filmed in Houston. The
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 whole
gas,
movie.
yeah, like when you see the oil refineries and shit. Like that's
Ah,
all. Yeah,
oh
I'm
wow.
looking it up right now. Let's see.
Nice.
Pasadena. You know where Pasadena is?
Pasadena, Texas. Yeah, I've never been there, but I've heard of it a few times there.
Yeah, it's same with me. I've never been there, but I've heard of it.
I still want to check out the Nassau space station sometime.
The Nassau Coliseum.
No, no, Nassau space station. That's near Houston. Hence the term Houston, we have a problem.
Oh, I've been to Space Center Houston, but like that's
Yeah.
more of like a kids type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
When I
wow.
was when I went
Wow.
to school.
All right.
Uh,
So
I
go
don't
ahead.
remember who it was that did "We're All Alone." I want to say it was somebody like Laura Branigan, but I could be wrong.
Oh wow. Hmm.
But somebody else had a big hit with that song.
Let me look that up. We're All Alone by Boss Skaggs.
And if you heard the song, you'd know it. But Boz Scaggs does a great well, he wrote the thing.
Rita Coolidge.
Rita Coolidge, that's exactly who did it.
I found it. Yeah, that's her.
She had a fairly large hit with it.
Wow. She also had a large hit with the her cover of what was it? It was a soul cover. I thought. What was it? A Jackie Wilson song there?
I think so. And is she the one that did "I'm Not Lisa"? Or was there somebody else?
Ah, maybe. Hmm. Uh, Either way, there. Blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah, we can get to that later, I suppose.
Yeah. So.
My next
Oh.
list is a band that I know is from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
The Little Band from Texas.
ZZ Top.
Yes, I've seen them live
Hooray.
too.
We covered that group on one of on our previous show, YR, if you remember there. Great
Well,
bands from the great band state of Texas.
I saw them live a couple years ago, like third row. You know,
The
right
thing
on
that
the
I
line.
always thought was ironic about that group was their drummer's name was Beard, and he was the only one without one.
Oh,
I
weird.
know a lot of people mentioned that, yes, many times in the past.
Yeah, that to me was just really ironic. Oh, let's see.
I
We got a
went
band.
to,
Two
And they
guys.
still
with-
got and Billy and Dusty still have those beards.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a great band. I only picked 10, but I could have easily done about top 25 or 30 from them.
Uh,
But I did what I could, and I am definitely have missed some. Okay, number 10 I got is "Gimme All Your Lovin'."
oh yeah.
And number 9 I
The-
got "I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide."
Oh yeah, I remember that song. De Gueno, I had that album.
Yeah. Number 8, "Cheap Sunglasses."
Another good one from that album.
Cheap sunglasses.
My number 7 song is going to be a little unusual, but I really like it. "Asleep in the Desert." It's an instrumental, and it's very mellow, but it's very well done. My number 6 is "Heard It on the X."
Oh yeah. It was one of their earlier albums.
It was on Fandango, I believe.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Number 5 is "Blue Jean Blues," also on Fandango.
And that's been early in the 70s when he dressed in the more traditional Texas clothing there before they decided to grow the beards and wear regular clothing there.
Yeah. Number 4 is LaGrange. Great, great song.
Yeah, and I guess, well, I understand that song was the inspiration for the musical and the movie, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Number
Because
3.
that's what it's about.
Number 3 is Just Got Paid.
Just got paid today. Got me a pocket full of change.
And my number 1 and number 2 is kind of a combo song in a way, but it's not really a combo song. Waiting for the Bus and Jesus Just Left Chicago.
I
Yes.
heard. Oh, yeah. You know what? I wish the other days would bring back the CZ Top Six Pack. Now, around 1990, their first 6 albums that I guess were released on London Records before they signed with Warner Brothers. I don't know whoever did it, but those records got remixed to get a more updated sound. And the way they did it was just top-notch, high-quality excellence right there, man.
Yeah, usually I don't like remixes, but they did a pretty good job on those albums.
Yeah, and by the way, I was looking up the title of that album, De Gueno, from 1980. It's
Yeah.
a term, yeah, it's when someone is said to have done a De Gueno, it means no quarter in Spanish, as in no surrender is to be given or accepted, a fight to the
Yes.
death. It was also the title of a Moorish origin bugle call used by the Mexican army in the Battle of the Alamo in 1836.
Wow. Now, I can say I can still name a lot of songs that I didn't put in the list, but everybody knows them.
Mm-hmm.
You got Sleeping Bag, Rough Boy.
Oh yeah, good song there, Rough Boy.
Oh, these
Their version of I Thank You.
these are the honorable mentions.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
there's going to be
Absolutely.
just as many honorable mentions. She Loves My Automobile,
Oh yeah.
Fool for Your Stockings,
Mm-hmm.
and another song is kind of unusual for them, but I kind of like it. Manic Mechanic.
Oh yeah, from the Guano as well. Remember, I had that album. I was playing that record a lot.
Yeah.
Did you,
I mean, I
ever
like
hear
it. It's
the,
strange voice and strange, but it's a great song.
Arnolia, did you ever hear of the TV dinners?
Oh yeah, I was going to get
Yes,
to that
I
one.
remember that one. Yeah, the album Eliminator, that was fucking all over MTV and the radio.
Yeah.
Then you got Tube Snake Boogie. I wonder what that's about.
I don't know, one of those little jams that they come up
She
with.
got a pearl necklace.
And that
What
was
about
going to
that
be
one?
the next one I was going to mention. Gee, I wonder what that one's about.
What about sleep? I mentioned. Oh yeah, you already mentioned Sleeping Bag. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And what about there was this
Got
one
Me
song
Under Pressure.
called. Oh yeah. What about Woke Up with Wood?
Pressure.
Sharp
What
Dressed
about
Man.
Woke Up? Oh yeah. I was going to mention one. Woke Up with Wood. From
Yeah, that
1985.
kind of goes along with Tube Snake Boogie and Pearl Necklace.
Oh yeah.
And we do all do know what a pearl necklace is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure on that one. Good, I'd hate to insinuate and people not know what I'm insinuating. Okay, then we got Tush,
Oh yeah.
Legs,
Mm.
and she sure knows how to use them.
Yep, and which later was remade and later used for Stacy Keibler when she was with the WWE there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Sharp Dressed Man, don't
Like
they
Kid
use on
Rock.
Duck Dynasty?
Yeah.
Kid Rock did their version of Legs, right? For WWE,
did?
Brown?
No, somebody, I don't know who it was. Maybe have been him or maybe have been somebody else. I'm not too sure, but it was done. But it was
Been a blown
remade.
away.
Then we got
Till I
my,
asked Dr. Brown.
then we got My
Phil
Head's
Cronin,
in
but he had-
Mississippi. My
Phil
Head's in
Cronin,
Mississippi.
Yep.
But I think Ken did this. I think Ken did this bit already. He's got a shell necklace. He's got a shell necklace.
Then you got It's Only Love, Arrested for Driving While Blind,
Oh, wow.
Apple on Highway, El Diablo.
Hmm.
They let's just put it this way: they did a lot of great songs.
Absolutely. And for a trio.
Yep.
And Billy Gibbons, he wasn't a shredder, but he had played a damn good traditional rock guitar there.
Yeah.
The only one that was able to come close to that without being a shredder was Pink Floyd's David Gilmour.
Which he would be. I would list him easily in my top 5, possibly near the very top. I mean, I can name you some
And
solos.
by the way, Legs, don't even mean to cut you off, it became the highest charting single in 1984. And the dance mix version peaked at number 13 on the dance charts.
Now he just came out. Billy Gibbons just came out with a solo album.
Oh, wow.
If you want to look into that, yeah, just because I heard an interview with him on the Eddie Trunk
Oh,
radio
wow.
show the other day. But I mean, they're still
And-
he's still doing ZZ Top, but they're just waiting. I mean, for fucking they're ready
And-
though. They're ready to tour. I mean, they're just waiting for shows. So
Oh, wow. And also, and you're right, Kid Rock did cover the song for the WWE or WWF Forcible Entry release there. As I mentioned, it was the theme song for Stacy Keibler.
for legs.
Which actually
And it
was a
was-
pretty good description in case Stacy Keibler.
Absolutely,
Yes.
because that's what she certainly had. Trace Atkins did his version for the tribute album Sharp Dressed Men, or tribute to ZZ Top. And there was another tribute to them from featuring Nickelback. They did their version of the 2011 tribute album called ZZ Top, A Tribute from Friends.
Wow.
It was also, the video for that song was parodied in St. Elsewhere, where the Eliminator girls from the video appeared through the band was played by members of the show's cast in the scene. Hospital orderly Luther falls asleep on the radio as playing the song Legs as he dreams the Eliminator girls come to his aid, helping him to seek revenge on security staff who have oppressed him.
Who are you talking about, Brown?
I'm talking about a parody in the by the show Saint Elsewhere.
What?
Yeah, that's
I didn't really watch St. Elsewhere, but I'm going to have to look that episode up.
Yeah. In fact, there was an episode of Tonight's Show with Jimmy Fallon where a parody of that song was part of the show's recruiting First Drafts of Rock segment.
Wow.
In fact, Jimmy Fallon portrayed Dusty Hill with Chris Stapleton, the country singer, and Kevin Bacon as Billy Gibbons and Frank Beard. And the song was referred to body parts other than legs, with the sample lyrics of "She's got hands and she knows how to wave them. She got eyebrows, she knows how to raise them."
Really?
Oh, wow.
That's right. That's what it says here. During the song's last verse, the Beard starts naming objects that are not body parts, only to be corrected by the other band members. He finally settles on "She's got a neck," at which the band decides that this song is called Neck.
Weird.
Yep.
Anyway, shall we say that ZZ Top's a great band and from Texas?
And, yep, absolutely.
Okay, my next band. Some people put them in a megastar status. I kind of call them, they're a good band, and I like their stuff, but I sure don't rank them in my top 5 or top 10 for that matter. But I do like their stuff. I think basically, when we get into the band, I think a lot of their hype is from one song, but it's Queen.
Oh my goodness.
I like the group, but I don't think they're the greatest band ever or anything of that nature.
I'm not really a big Queen guy either, TBH. I don't like all that opera. I mean, look, I like Priest and fucking Halford, but I don't like all that opera stuff,
Well,
really.
That's
Well,
the
let me
one
say
song
this.
that
Everybody always goes for it. They're always going for either Bohemian Rhapsody, We Are the Champions, We Will Rock You, but they're missing out on other songs like Bicycle Race, Fat Bottom Girls. They're forgetting about Made in Heaven. They're forgetting about Tie Your Mother Down. They're always, You're forgetting about the other songs like Liar or Death on Two Legs or The Prophet's Song. You know, The Prophet's Song, in fact, when you think about it, all these symphonic metal bands are out there like Nightwish, Magica, or Within Temptation. It fits to say that Queen was one of the first, what's it called? Symphonic,
Syphilis.
no, symphonic metal band out there without being a totally heavy metal.
Wasn't Freddie
Because
Mercury the first to get AIDS in like the music industry?
I think so. Yeah, he was. Yes, he became rock and roll's first AIDS casualty, and
Right.
as we all know, he died in November of '91. The same time, Eric Carr from Kiss died from cancer.
Yeah. And of course there was Killer Queen, which was a
Oh yeah,
nice little song.
absolutely there.
Body Language.
Which
Don't.
was not that good. Which was not that good of a song. That album, the first side of that album, Hot Space. I guess the record company wanted them to do another one that bites the dust.
Yeah.
That's how
And
record labels are
they had Under Pressure.
with
And it
David
did.
Bowie.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Flash actually was
Flash
pretty
from the
decent.
from Flash Gordon, the movie. They were recording that soundtrack at the same time they were recording the game. Because hence both those albums featured the first appearance of a synthesizer, which in their past albums up to then did not allowed on their records.
Yeah. But I thought we'd mention them.
Hmm.
And like I said, a lot of people hold them in incredibly high esteem. And I think they're a decent band. But let's not get carried away with it.
Well, I think the reason they hold a high esteem nowadays is because, when you think about it, Rhapsody, with all its credit, had all these, different tempos. It had this
Well,
opera thing there, and it was written by one guy, whereas one Beyonce song is written about six dudes, and it has the same lyrics over and over and over and over.
wait, Brown. So I think because the LGBT movement is popular, and they embrace
Yeah,
the homosexual music like Queen and Freddie Mercury. So I mean,
yeah.
he's more acceptable now, obviously, and I
Like I
think that
said, I have no argument with it. And
Brian May's not that bad at guitar either.
oh, he's
No, he
actually
is
pretty
good. Yeah,
decent.
absolutely. Yeah,
The only thing that I have about that is he's credited with that whiny sound,
yeah.
inventing it. Heck, I know at least one group and one artist that did it before he started, and that was
Oh,
Spirit, Randy, California. If you listen to some of their early songs, it uses that same whiny guitar.
oh. Interesting. And by the way, Brian, I guess that guitar he always plays, it was self-built.
Right. But yeah, if you want to hear the Brian May whiny guitar before he was even around, there's a song by Spirit called "Aren't You Glad?" That when
Yep.
you hear that, it sounds just exactly like Brian May's guitar.
Ah, nice. So then we know where he got his guitar playing style from. It fits to say there.
Yeah. Okay, my next artist, and I'm calling him an artist because actually he was an artist and a group member. He's Todd Rundgren.
Oh yeah.
There's
Who?
Todd Rundgren, Todd
Okay.
Rundgren's Utopia, Todd Rundgren. There was a couple other,
The producer,
yeah, but
producing Meatloaf, XTC, and a couple others as well. Did an album called Acapella, which was simply that, all
yeah,
with his voice.
but he did some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
He did. He's a combination of a lot of things, but you can see a lot of prog in some of his work, but he's not a prog artist.
No.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Okay, my number 10 by him is Want of a Nail.
Mm.
My number 9 is We've Got to Get You a Woman. My number 8 is Can We Still Be Friends?
I think I remember hearing that one time when on in the old EBH on one classic there station there.
Yeah. My number 7 is I Saw the Light. I See the Light.
Yeah. Which was played a lot on the soft rock stations there, along with Hello, It's Me.
Yeah. To be honest, though, I like the Nas version better. But
Mhm.
my number 6 is Real Man. My number 5 is The Verb to Love.
Uh,
My number 4 is Love is the Answer.
which, by the way, you've ever heard the England Dan and John Ford Coley
They had the hit
version?
with it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Still phenomenal work.
And number 3, it is Todd Rundgren's song, Hello, It's Me, but he
Yep.
was in Nas. The Nas version is much more mellow and heavy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
mellow and heavy. I prefer that version, but that's my own personal choice.
I am. Because usually they played Todd's version on the soft rock station there just as well. That's the one that where it says, what does it say at the end there? Somebody in the studio, so look at Todd, blah, 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 I guess it was.
Yeah, and it's a little more bouncy, and to me it doesn't fit the meat of the song.
Uh-huh.
But that's like I said, that's my personal opinion. My number 2 is a song called Jealousy, which, boy, that song, wow, if you've ever heard it. I may
Wow.
have to send it to you, Dr. John.
Dr. Earl, yeah. Dr. Earl.
Well, okay, I thought you were Dr. John. Not really. We all know who Dr. John is, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No.
He was a.
Well, you're going to learn, Keith.
We'll get
All
to
right.
him.
Okay.
But it's. I guess I need to send you an email with that song in it. Are you listening to the ones I am sending?
Yes, I did. Absolutely. I listened to them while I'm at lunch at my job there.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff there, definitely.
My number 1 is a song called Overture, Communion with the Sun, Raw.
Mm.
And it's about a 7 to 10 minute song that it shows Todd at his best, I think.
Mm.
And I think you would like it a lot.
All right.
All of you would. Let's see, what have I got now? We already did Toto, right?
I think we did, yes.
And Tom Petty. I know we did Tom Petty.
Yeah, so we did. I think the last episode we did there.
Did we do Wishbone Ash?
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did
know.
yet. No.
No.
Okay, Wishbone Ash is a very interesting English group. They're one of the very first ones that did 2 lead guitars. And they got a lot of dueling guitars in their songs. And they released a
guitar
lot
harmonics?
of albums. Yeah, they released
Oh,
a
wow.
lot of songs. I think I sent you one. But they released a lot of albums. Like I said, they're basically an English group.
All right, there. Credit to the British for coming up with those harmonizing guitar licks out there. Hence, Thin Lizzy. Well, Thin Lizzy is an Irish group, but Iron Maiden and Judas Priest will later soon follow.
Yeah. My number 10 by them is a song called Jailbait. Number 9 is Rock and Roll Widow. Number 8
Interesting title there.
Number 8 is Phoenix. Number 7 is This Was. Number 6 is Blind Eye. Number 5 is Throw Down the Sword. Number 4 is Warrior.
All right.
Number 3 is Rest in Peace. My number 2 is The King Will Come. And my number 1 really demonstrates their harmonies and the dual guitar bit, Blowing Free.
Mm.
It's,
Yo,
it's one of those
Um,
songs when you hear it, you'll go, "Hey, where's this song been all my life?"
keep in mind that again, we need a Dr. Brown. I need you thanking, and then
Yeah.
Arknolia, while you're with you, while you are listening to your list, please think about remember your top 5 favorite rock bands because there's already lists being put in the chat here. Um, you know,
Okay, we did the '60s. How about the '70s?
All right.
go ahead.
Well, I was opening it up for you guys so I could think
Oh,
about it.
for the top 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Keith, give us
Yeah.
your top 5 list because he already has
Oh.
one written out.
Number 5, Nirvana.
Here we go.
Number 4, Seether. Number 3, Stone Temple Pilots.
Wait, hold on now. Hold on.
Those are more
Who's
in
the,
the '80s and '90s, aren't they?
who's the lead?
Yeah. 90s there. Yeah.
Who's the lead singer for STP?
Oh, I forgot.
Isn't that Billy
Uh,
Corgan?
Oh gosh.
Isn't that
I'm
Billy
looking
No,
at
Corgan?
Scott Whalen.
Scott
Scott.
Whalen. Scott Whalen did meet Mars Mira one time. Mars Mira, I think, got an autograph from him.
Oh wow, that's a
It's a true
collector's
story.
item now.
Yes. I think Mars is a big Scott Whalen guy too.
Oh
I believe.
wow. That he was bumming when the Whalen passed. That's for sure.
And then Seether, Keith, you've seen Seether in concert, correct?
I have in, I think, 2017.
No, what made you go to that concert? Like, why are they drawn to you?
They were my favorite rock band because I like the way they sound. But they're not my favorite rock band anymore. But they're my fourth favorite rock band.
All right, keep on with the list.
Number 2, Chevelle.
Mm.
Number 1, Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, JB's favorite band. What?
Yeah.
Now, have you ever seen them in concert?
No, I've only been to one rock concert, and that's Seether.
Well,
Only
obviously,
one?
One of your honorable mentions is obviously Judas Priest. I mean,
Yes. No, not really. I don't like Judas Priest at all. I don't like their.
you got the shirt, you asshole. You can go put it on right now.
Yeah, you don't wear
Throw
a shirt
on
of
the
a
JP shirt real quick. Throw on the Judas Priest shirt real quick, Keith.
All right.
Yeah, you don't wear a Judas Priest
then we-
shirt without listening to the music.
And
That
then we
makes
can-
you a
Now,
poser.
he knows, though. Like he knows, Keith knows what's up. You know what I'm saying? And then the Islander shirt he can wear for the game, Keith.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to. My rule is this: don't wear the shirt if you don't listen to the music of the band.
I mean, I did buy it for him. Look at that.
Okay, some of the bands that are among my favorites, I don't have them ranked. Oh, I got to put Pink Floyd.
You don't have
That's-
to put it on.
Okay.
That band is probably
Hang it up off your bed. Show it in the background. Show.
that's probably my all-time favorite band, but I'm not going to say that they're number one. But man, it's hard not to. I mean, they're also from the '60s, but I like more of their '70s and '80s stuff.
Yeah.
But I do like the '60s stuff.
Keith, take a shit in my mouth, please. Hard stool. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Oh
I
my.
don't take a shit right now.
Then another one of my top bands would be Yes.
Yeah, Keith, show the shirt. Show your shirt.
Okay.
He has a Yes shirt. Look
Yeah,
at
we
that.
can't see it, man.
Holy shit, Keith. Do you like the Islanders?
Yes.
Keith, do you like the hat on your head?
Yes.
Keith,
You do rag?
Keith, do you like YR's program?
Yes.
Keith, do you like the drama?
Yes.
Yes. Well, the band, yes. Dr. Brown, was it Yes or Triumph was the first concert you went to, Dr. Brown?
It was Triumph
All
back
right.
in 1983 at the Joe Louis Arena.
And Yes is prog rock, correct, guys?
Yes,
I gotta-
absolutely.
Yeah,
Did
I've seen
it-
Yes, I think 3 times, 4 times, something like that.
Yes,
seen-
Keith.
Does Jason Aldean count as a rock concert?
It is country rock. So
Yes.
But it's more mostly country either way.
they do have an amp and guitar, live amp and guitar. So technically, you can throw that in there. You know.
Yep. So I've been to 2 rock concerts. I've been to Seether and Jason Aldean.
Nice.
Yep.
I also put Emerson, Lake, and Palmer in my top bunch.
I've seen Eminem in concert 4 times.
All right. Well, this isn't the rap show, Keith. Come on.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right. Well,
my,
that's Keith's
my,
list. Go ahead.
my
Ralph.
top 5 list would have to be first and foremost, as I mentioned many times, the Beatles. They were the ones who got me into rock and roll and to as I was playing guitar. Thanks to John Lennon's Rickenbacker.
What? Oh my God. Really mysterious in the chat is either trolling me or
Who?
he's serious. He's saying
Who?
Judas Priest is another overrated group. That's bullshit.
Who
'Cause you
said
can't-
that?
Really mysterious. You can't listen to the 2 or 3 songs that are on the radio with Priest. You got to go back and go deep. You know what I'm saying?
You got to go
Maiden.
way deep.
There would be
you
no
know?
That's
Iron Maiden
generally
without
true with a lot of groups.
Yeah, what
Priest
is
was
Pink
way before Maiden, bro. There wouldn't be a Maiden without a Priest. So, get out of here.
Absolutely there.
They were only cool because of the Eddie thing, too, by the way.
Yeah.
So, Priest is way much more superior. Don't ever fucking drop that shit in my chat. I probably blocked you last time.
Continue.
Well, you got to
never
get
go
it.
against
Well,
the three.
hold on a second. Well, but yet we also have to give Iron Man's frontman Bruce Dickinson his due. I mean, he survived throat cancer. He's
That's
a
fine.
certified.
I know,
pilot.
but you have all these Iron Maiden fan assholes saying, "Oh, Jews," like, bro, they wouldn't be that if it wasn't for, come on.
To me, it's I look at it this way: Priest and Maiden are equally the 2 of the greatest metal bands out there.
They wouldn't be there if it wasn't for bands like Deep Purple or Black Sabbath.
That's true. Absolutely. So we got to hold Black Sabbath and
Yes.
those bands on high regards. Black Sabbath, by the way, is I mentioned. Well, the second of one of my favorites was Pink Floyd. The third would be Black Sabbath.
I would throw like how Arknolia felt about Queen. I kind of feel about Pink Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
I can go with Hal. They do have a lot of good songs. I'm not gonna lie, but what really what really gets me is to be into a band is also touring and live shows, and we will never get that with Pink Floyd. So it's like, why put in your money for the records? Why even be a fan if you can never see them again? I want to go.
I guess what it is,
my money in bands
they
that,
love to hear the music that this band put it out, because they put out some really interesting stuff there. And we're not just The Wall or Dark Side of the Moon or Wish You Were Here, Animals, Momentary Lapse of Reason, stuff like Metal,
I
the
just think it's just
soundtrack.
a little. I think Pink Floyd's a little overrated. TBH, you know.
Yeah.
No.
Well, the songs they play on the radio continuously, they're way overrated.
Yes.
You've tried to play the live version of Astronomy Domini, all the people today be like, huh? That's their response, because they only know either Comfortably Numb or Wish You Were Here. Or Another Brick of the Wall Part 2 there.
Unbelievable. Your list, your brother?
Oh,
About Led Zeppelin right now?
Yeah.
Well, hang on. We're not. Dr. Earl's still got guys left on his list.
Yeah, I got number 4 would be, of course, who Keith just mentioned, Led Zeppelin, and number 5, King Crimson.
Oh,
Hold on,
wow.
I have a favorite song for Led Zeppelin.
Keith, what's your piece on like the Led Zeppelin?
It's Hey Hey What Can I Do?
Oh,
What?
that's a relatively unknown song, and it's a pretty good one.
That's a deep one, guys?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I've
it
heard
is.
of that.
It was the flip
Wow.
side of the Immigrant Song single back then.
Yeah, it's not on any of their albums other than compilations.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember Hootie and the Blowfish did their version for a Zeppelin tribute back in the 90s there, I remember hearing.
Keith, where did you hear that song from? How'd you hear it?
I was at a New Year's Eve party, and they had on. This was after midnight. We were all on the patio. They had on the classic rock station, and Hey Hey What Can I Do came on the radio. On the
Like, how
that
does it
was-
go? How does it go? Like, sing it for us. Do you know it? Like the chorus.
Hey, hey, what can I do? I got a woman and she won't be true. Hey, hey, what can I say? Definitely look it up on YouTube there.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's acoustic, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
okay. I know what
recorded
you're
the
talking
same
about.
time they did the third album, which we all know was basically a half acoustic record there.
Okay,
Yeah, and
so
it was a
yeah,
definite
uh,
departure.
Yeah.
I listened to the whole song, and then I was after the song, I was like, "Who is that?" And they all said Led Zeppelin. I was like, "I like Led Zeppelin." They're like, "Yeah, woo!"
Oh, who doesn't like Led Zeppelin? I mean, when you think about it, every band that came out in the 1980s tried to emulate their sound.
Well,
But
I
it's
mean, listen,
That
I would say
song,
that.
that was the first song I heard from Led Zeppelin.
Listen, I would say that they're also in that Pink Floyd category with me a little bit overrated. You know what I'm saying?
To
I
some
feel
degree, I
like
agree with that.
White Snake, is the originators of that sound, and Led Zeppelin, obviously Robert Plant stole his sound from David Coverdale. Brown,
no,
your
well,
response?
hold on. David Coverdale didn't come about this scene until he joined Deep Purple, and that was later on in the 70s. Led Zeppelin started in 1968.
You
Yeah.
say so.
No, they
White
did.
Snake started about in 1975 or 76.
Oh, I was a couple years off. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I think it was 2017 or
13,
2018.
13 and 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one of my bands that I liked a lot, mainly for their early stuff, is Genesis. I mean, I'm okay with the Phil Collins part of it, but the Peter Gabriel stuff is awesome.
Wow, and even the stage here got Peter Gabriel used to wear during this time with the group. He would come up with these costumes, theatrics, and everything else.
Yeah.
And
And
a lot of
there's
times that kind of like overshadowed the rest of the band.
yeah. And you heard me mention Emerson, Lake and Palmer, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You should look on YouTube for the organ solos that Keith Emerson, rest in peace, used to do. He would jab his knives in between the keys of his keyboard there and mess with the little twitters there, make it this and that there.
Yeah, it's he
Brown, what
was
are
a
you
showman.
saying right now? What are you saying?
No,
Listen,
he
the
was a
game
showman.
starts soon.
Look up Keith Emerson solos and you'll know what I'm talking about there. There was also this one clip of a flying rotating piano which
Yep.
he was strapped to the thing there. It would rise, the piano would rise up while he was playing. It would spin around and around and around.
Yeah, it was Carnival 9 during the California Jam in the 70s,
Hmm.
which will help you
Look,
kind of spot it.
yeah,
But Keith
definitely
Emerson's
look it up
flying
there.
piano, because it's
Absolutely,
amazing to me the guy was able to play a song while spinning in the air.
absolutely. When you think about it, not upchuck afterwards. And also credit to Tommy Lee. He did a drum solo with the same rotating setup he had with his drum kit in 1987.
Yeah.
Look at the video for Wild Side, and you don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, and King Crimson would also be on my list.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Credit to Robert Fripp. I quit playing guitar for a couple years, and then all of a sudden I was hearing for some reason I saw these records at a Value Village place there, and I just, oh wow, interesting covers here. There's no print on the back or front there. It's all in the gatefold there. So I got them, listened to them, like, wow, I want to relearn guitar because I want to play like this guy. This guy is abstract as hell, man. Well, of course, being Robert Fripp.
Right.
Mm.
And I remember seeing that band twice in
Smile,
2001 and
smile.
2003. What?
Go ahead.
Okay, my next list goes way off the beam. We're
All
going
right.
to go in the 80s,
Nice.
because we get this one out of
Yes.
the
Yes.
way. Group called Police.
Oh
Mm.
my goodness. Sting, Stuart Copeland, and Andy Summers. Not people will remember that Andy Summers was one of the guitarists in Eric Burdon and the Animals, believe it or
Yep.
not.
Yeah. My number 10 is Wrapped Around Your Finger.
Great song there, and great subject matter.
It's one of Keith's personal favorites.
Yeah.
My number 9 is Can't Stand Losing You.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
I'm right hearing that. That was a follow up to Roxanne.
My number 8 is Message in a Bottle.
Yeah.
My number 7 is Synchronicity 1.
Um,
My number 6 is Synchronicity 2.
yeah.
My number 5 is Behind My Camel.
Ah.
Now, I tell you, I do go for the songs that aren't just overplayed.
Yep.
And then number 4 is Everything Little Thing She Does Is Magic, which I guess is overplayed.
Very overplayed.
My number 3 is Don't Stand So Close to Me.
And by the way, when you listen to if we know the subject matter of that song there, which is about a teacher being involved with one of his female students.
Yeah.
But you had to keep it under.
Whoa.
You had to keep it on the down low.
What?
Yeah, that's the story behind the song.
Oh, now the song makes sense.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Number 2 is
Keith,
Spirits in the
J.B.
Material World.
Ghost in the Machine.
And my number 1 is Invisible Sun.
Oh man, that's a gritty song from that album as well.
And I
like
left
I
the
guess-
Stalker's Anthem off. Do we all know
Let me
what the
guess.
Stalker's Anthem is?
What is it?
I'm not me.
Every breath you take, listen to the
Oh, my-
words.
Oh yeah.
That is
trying
the
to understand
Stalker's
the lyrics.
Anthem.
And
Oh my God.
Puff Daddy did a remix to that song. When
Well, actually, what he did is he sampled. He got permission to use the bits from that song for his tribute to the Notorious B.I.G.
yes.
In fact, Sting even made an appearance when Puff Daddy did that song at the MTV Awards one time.
All right. Cool.
Yeah,
I did my Led Zeppelin list, right?
I think he did. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised stuff like what was it?
Well, I
I
tried
had
to
that album. I had the album. What is it called? It was their third record. It came out in 1980. I'm now having trouble pronouncing that record, but I got it for Christmas.
Zenyatta Mondada.
There you go. Where "Don't Stand So Close to Me" was taken from there. There was this one song that "Shadows in the Rain," which is a pretty
Yeah.
good song. They had a great guitar effect from Andy Summers there on that track there.
Mm.
I've been hearing that a lot of times with the lights off in my room.
Yeah.
I know the song Roxanne is about a stripper. I
Right.
think.
You know, it's about a prostitute.
Well, yeah, it was a prostitute
Mm.
stripper.
Yeah.
Prostitute.
Was a lot of because even Keith, you're around in the '80s. Was pretty much all the strippers prostitutes? Like they did both back in the
Sometimes
'80s.
they did. I believe so. I believe they still do. Yeah, for extra a few bucks, they'll come in there, suck your dick, and everything else there.
Mm. Boing, you know.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to know which ones you go.
Up today. I was looking for a magazine, but they didn't have one.
Which kind of magazine?
Like a magazine so you could find escorts in there.
Okay.
All right.
Keith, the JB rule, please.
No,
Please have some respect.
no JB rule.
Yeah.
No respect to JB. Fuck JB.
Okay, let's stay in the 80s.
Fuck you, mother.
Okay, there. That's nice.
The
Yes,
Cars.
80s. Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Rest in peace, Benjamin Orr and Rick
Where
Ocasek.
you gonna go?
Yeah.
Remember the old SEMO song, guys?
Yeah, so I remember you used to do your version every time that guy came on the air there during our old show.
Okay, my number 10 by that group is Hello Again.
Uh-huh.
My number
Remember the
9.
video for that?
My number 9 is You Might Think.
Hmm. Which was I guess was one of the big winners. Well, I guess when he had that first MTV Video Wars. That was one of the first songs to win the top video that year. 1984.
Number 8 is I'm Not the One. Number 7, Since You're Gone.
Good song there.
Number 6, Bye Bye Love.
For the first album, good song there for that album. Good album, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that whole album's good.
Oh, absolutely there.
My number 5 is My Best Friend's Girl.
Another classic.
Number 4, Dangerous Type.
From the second record, Candy O.
Number 3 is Candy O.
Ah, the title cut. I remember those songs were played a lot along with the first single, Let's Go.
Yeah. My number 2, you're going to kind of think's a little strange, but I like the song. Moving in Stereo.
Badass.
Yeah.
Badass.
And my number 1 is actually not one that Rick Ocasek's famous for. Drive. The Benjamin
yeah.
Orr one. That one,
Yeah, he
that
sang
song
on that
to
album.
me was just so different from anything else they were doing, and it's just
Yeah.
real smooth.
Yes.
And that's also the video where Rick Ocasek would meet his wife, Paula. What's her face there?
Oh, yeah,
who was the model?
Paula Porzukova or something like that.
I know. A lot of these models have these unpronounceable last names.
Well, they're basically from foreign countries.
I know, yeah, but it would be nice if they would give us, descriptions how to pronounce their names there.
Yeah, or just how they're spelled, I suppose.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, I know we already did Cheap Trick.
Guys, we do have a lot of lists in the chat. Keith or Brown, if you want to read off the lists in the chat.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, see your chat right now. I have that up as well. Rod Stewart's earlier stuff is amazing. Like, do you think I'm sexy? The Really Mysterious says he likes the Cars as well. Chris Dietrich says Madonna, Alice Cooper, White Stripes, Bob Seger, Eminem.
Seger.
All Michigan-based, by the way. And Old Coastal Impossible, the record car with that song playing.
We touched on the Bob Seger.
Yeah, we did Bob Seger last week, actually.
I think
what was his the system? Bob Seger system as well.
Yeah. And the Silver Bullet Band.
Yes.
Read some of those lists.
I know. Well, I just said there.
Really mysterious list.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mysterious.
1 Pink Floyd, 2 Led Zeppelin,
Yeah.
3 Rush, 4 Rolling Stones, 5 Neil Young, 6 Iron Maiden, 7 Sabbath, 8 Eagles, 9 Scorpions, 10 Genesis, 11 The Who, 12 Deep.
Would it have been the 70's Scorpions or the 80's Scorpions?
That's almost like two different bands.
13 Styx, 14 Supertramp, 15 Van Halen.
That's a pretty decent list.
And also Real Mysterious puts out something there. Same with Pink Floyd, only the stuff with Roger Waters.
Actually, I kind of like the stuff they did without Waters. And the Sid Barrett stuff.
Yeah.
Which actually did include Waters.
But then again, give Waters his due. He was able to add that psychotic, that kind of psychotic genius, I guess, what radio DJ often mentioned a couple times.
Yeah.
And someone that same shit said Rod Stewart banged Tina Turner, confirmed.
Yes.
Really?
Did y'all look that up, Keith, real quick? The Rod Stewart scandal with Tina Turner.
What about Third Eye Blind?
Fuck them.
Yeah. Why? What do you think about Third Eye Blind?
Listen, they were what was it? Maybe the late '90s. They were on the radio a lot.
Yeah.
I guess the only band I would include in my top bunch from the '90s and beyond is a group that probably none of you guys have heard of except Earl. The Porcupine Tree.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Uh,
sent me a couple of their clips there and how tight their drummer was, and I agree, he is a tight ass drummer. Yeah.
Why? What do you want me to look up?
The scandal with Tina Turner
Rod,
and Rod
Rod
Stewart.
Stewart.
Sex scandal.
Alright.
Did y'all watch the China documentary yet?
No, I haven't yet.
No.
I don't think I have
Really
Vice TV on my cable there.
No, you can download the Vice app. It's free. It's all free.
Mm. All right.
Really good documentary.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Or you could watch a full episode on YouTube. They usually they have Dark Side of the Rings popping up on
Yeah, but
there
it's
as well.
Brian, it's not dark. It's not part of the Dark Side of the Ring.
I know, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, it's a
It
full-fledged
was sold
documentary.
to. It was sold to Vice. The actual documentary. It's a subcontracted documentary sold to
Is-
Vice.
Yeah.
Is that China one the one that Vince Russo was involved in?
Yes.
Yes, the Attitude Era, the ex-fiance of Triple H.
No, I mean
I got-
Vince
Paul
Russo was
Levesque.
largely involved in that particular
Well,
because he wanted the
Yeah,
truth
he was
out
a
about
writer.
her.
yeah,
Paul
he was
Levesque.
a right. What again?
Paul Levesque.
All of it. Yeah, Triple H's real name.
Yeah, but I mean Vince Russo
No
was
dox him. Brown. We don't dox here.
well.
I'm
Vince,
not-
Vince Russo
Well, everybody
was
knows his real name.
Vince Russo was heavily involved because he was a friend of China's and he wanted the truth out.
Mhm.
And I personally have a lot of respect for Vince Russo.
Yeah. I would like to have him on my channel sometimes so we could talk about things, like wrestling, what could be done to improve it. I remember recall.
And
there
he's
was one of
also a
those-
music guy.
Yeah, he
What?
does this thing called albums where they talk about this. I was in his chat a couple times, naming songs here and there. And also I called in one of his other shows, Full Moon Attitude, asking him if you were writing for the WWE today, what kind of storylines would you use?
Why? Can I say my favorite Third Eye Blind song?
Yes, quickly.
Graduate. Graduate.
All right.
Mm.
That's what
Never
Cronus
heard
did.
Did
I
you look
barely
up
know
the-
who Third Eye Blind is.
Nah,
Keep
you're not
Rod
missing
Stewart.
nothing.
A superstar sets the record straight once again in Tina. When in December of 1981, Tina Turner revealed to people that she'd been physically abused by Ike Turner, her
Yep.
first time publicly speaking out against. Oh man, my phone froze.
Oh, gosh.
Wave in front of it, Keith. It'll unfreeze it. If you wave, like,
Do you see me waving?
yes.
It's
Smile
Hey.
more, Keith. Can you smile more for the show, Keith, please? Thank you.
yeah. My camera didn't froze, but my phone froze.
Wow.
Hold on. Let me see. Oh. Alright, it's unfrozen now. Abused by Ike Turner, her first time publicly speaking out against the noted R&B musician and her husband and collaborator for 16 years. Her accusations were folded into a feature somewhat unpromisingly titled Tina Turner, the woman who taught Mick Jagger to dance, is on the prowl again. Technically, the news was her return to high rock visibility after opening for the Rolling Stones on several tour dates that fall and gearing up to do the same for Rod Stewart. Yet the story, which detailed the harrowing escape from one summer night in 1976, he'd beaten her so violently, Turner recalled her face had swollen like a monster's, would radically reshape how she was handled by the press. Soon her traumas became a talking point in interview, and for the reason, altogether different kind of burden. When What's Love Got to Do
Okay,
with
now,
It?
son, it starts raining.
Yeah.
Groanings is maybe her heart, yeah. And I can't wait till the loon and it's that home I'm mine. And the loon and the starts to weigh and I'm believing.
Oh, my God.
You know, come on, Matchbox 20. Y'all don't like them? Bro, they're
I like-
so good. Listen, especially when Rob Thomas collaborated with Santana, came out with a great hit.
My
Smooth.
My favorite
Yeah.
Matchbox 20 song is Mad Season.
Mm.
Mm.
When her, you want me to keep reading?
I don't know, Dr. Brown.
Yeah, go ahead. Read about what an asshole Ike Turner was to his wife.
Her biopic starring Angelina Bassett premiered in Venus in 1983. Turner flatly informed reporters that she hadn't seen the movie. I made a point of just putting the news out to stop the thing so that I could go on with my life, she said, and this constant reminder is not so good. Yet her revelations in People and later in her 1986 autobiography, I, Tina, co-written by the journalist Kurt Loder.
Kurt Loder, who later become the big news staple on MTV there.
Yep, weren't only phenomenally brave, but deeply impactful too. One feels their reverberations even now, however remotely. By the end of 1981, Turner was 42 years old and working slowly but surely toward a comeback, conscious
Slowly
that
but shortly, you know.
conscious that like may retaliate after she left him. She told People writer Carl Arrington, gunshots were fired into my home. One of
Yeah.
my girlfriend's car was burned and there were threats. I'm not
Oh my
saying that
gosh.
like did it Ike did it. I don't think I'm not saying that Ike did it. I don't think he would have hurt me, but he wanted to get close and scare me. She'd approached the interview with reluctance. I called my physic and I said, "What's going to happen?" Turner says of that period in Tina, an affecting new documentary from the filmmakers Dan Lindsay and T.J. Martin,
Mm. Martin.
Undefeated. It's 2019 and she's in the Zerk Lake House that she shares with her second husband, Erwin Batch. I was really apprehensive about giving the story away because it was telling. She continues, but Turner's psychic insisted that she plunges ahead. She said, "No, Tina is going to do just the opposite. It's going to break everything wide open." What We See in Tina, which premieres this Saturday on HBO, supports that theory. In addition, no roll-licking archive footage, photographs, and interviews with Art Arrington, leader Bassett, back Oprah Winfrey, Turner, Turner's longtime manager, Roger Davis, and Turner herself, among others. Tina draws heavily from the taped conversations between both Arrington and Turner and Loder and Turner. There was mixed with the difficulty of receiving her past, the sense that having finally won her freedom from Ike, she was finally getting to set the record straight. He had discovered her. He named her. She was born Anna Mac.
Anna Mae Bullock.
Yep. Tina was inspired by the comic book heroine Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. For years, the two had only appeared and performed together. The People piece was Davies' idea. At its point was no officially unhitched Tina stars from Ike's. When I first started trying to look for a record deal with Tina,
Damn
the
it.
general feeling
Wow.
was, is she with that guy? Ike
You all right,
Davis?
YR?
Yeah, Lightning just scored.
Oh.
Davis explains in the film, no one had any idea. 15 years, 6 Grammys, and 4 high-energy world tours later, Turner had effectively changed the narrative. We have 50,000 letters downstairs from women who have also been through it and survived. Winfrey told Turner during a segment on her show in 1996, "Tina did it, and so can you. Do you realize that you are a feminist hero in America?" Larry King
She is.
fired Turner in 1997.
She is. She is a hero. She walked away from the abusive situation, rose to the top of the game, and whereas the ex-husband, he just went.
Yep.
In fact, now even though he passed away a couple years ago, you cannot speak about the guy without mentioning the abuse he inflicted on her. They don't talk about his musicianship or his or anything else. Just the fact that he was an abusive son of a bitch to her.
Oh, come on, Brown. Don't be.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah,
I
see what
don't.
you're
You
saying.
don't. You don't. You don't. I'm sorry. You do not abuse women like that. Any guy who hits a woman is a piece of shit.
I
Bottom line.
mean, listen, there's people like Danny MT who are malicious, and that's type of people like that.
Yep. And then my advice to Danny, was stop it. It's not getting you anywhere. But
And it's
in
not
trouble.
cool either. It's not like, I feel better, bigger. Like, nah, come on.
No.
And that's not being
no,
an SJW, Brown. Like being
No,
cool
I'm
with
not.
women, right?
No. No. Precisely. You hit the nail right on the head, YR.
Should I keep reading?
Go ahead.
No, let's do some Arknolia lists. You have any more?
Okay, yeah.
Well-
Sorry to cut you off there with the whole thing there. Like, no, I didn't have any more lists, dude?
Yeah, for the 80s.
Well, basically, the lists I have left are prog bands. I want to do those later.
All right. All right.
We're over time anyway, I think.
Oh, wow.
Because what I was
We're
going to
about
do
almost
next.
2 hours there.
Yeah, because what I was going to do also, and we can do it on the next show, was start going over artists that had stuff but weren't big enough for list, or I just didn't want to make a list for them. But that list gets lengthy. That's going to cover 3 or 4 episodes, I think. When you're talking
All
about
right.
70s and 80s, okay,
right.
let's kind of think about that one. And not just the list people, but the people that did songs that we know, but maybe were 1-hit wonders, 2-hit wonders, 3 or 4-hit wonders,
Like
stuff like
Keith.
that.
Like
Yeah.
Keith of the 60s, like what? Because, you said you like the 60s stuff too. Like what? Motown stuff or whatever. Not Motown, but British Invasion, anything like that?
Oh yeah, I love the British Invasion.
Oh, yeah. A lot of good stuff there.
One of my favorite songs from the '60s is "Dancing in the Moonlight" by King
Oh
Harvey.
no, that's 70s.
That's Thin
Oh.
Lizzy.
No, King
And
Harvest.
King Harvest, the band?
Dancing in the
okay.
Moonlight's King Harvest.
Because I know Thin Lizzy had the song of the same title. No, there was a different song or whichever there.
Actually, Dancing in the Moonlight is distinctive for one thing, which I'll mention again when we do King Harvest. It's one of the first songs, and possibly the only song, that actually had a xylophone solo.
Okay, what the heck?
Okay, somebody
That's
went on high alert.
I was going to say, what is it? Amber Alert, Silver Alert? What the fuck?
That sounded like a trash can alert.
All right. All right, so you were saying Arknolia?
Oh gosh, I'm kind of thinking about it.
Oops.
Well, we were talking about King Harvest. I'll mention it again when we do King
All right.
Harvest. But they were one of the first bands. I believe they were the first band and maybe the only band that had a xylophone solo.
Oh, wow. Because the only time we often hear a xylophone in rock and roll is through the stuff from Frank Zappa.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird when you think about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I like "Brandy" by Looking Glass.
Another one-hit wonder, but boy,
That's
that's a
good-
good one-hit wonder.
It is a good song when you think about it. It is.
That's a
Yeah.
great song.
I like the Four Seasons. I like the Temptations, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
The
Yeah.
Temptations, yeah.
Papa was a
Motown.
Rolling Stone.
Gritty
Uh,
song, by the way.
oh yeah, I like that song, "Mr. Postman." I like the Crystals.
Yeah, that's good.
I like everything Motown.
Yeah, there was some great stuff done.
and the great covers to some of those Motown songs. I like remember
Shannon, come on. What's with the Islanders? Come on.
where are they?
I think they're at the game.
Oh wow! I was going to say if they're somewhere, if they're available, you could get them on the call here.
Oh, maybe call in from the game, Ken. Show it. Show the
If you're in the chat, if you're listening, man.
the action of the ice. They're losing though, so.
Yeah, for a minute there, you sounded like the Emperor.
Why are Palpatine?
What?
Keith.
Give me look what Shid's writing in the chat, and then he said like Keith need read something Scott said in a deep Scott McKinnon voice, but like I don't. Where do I find that script of what
I
Scott
don't
said?
know.
You don't need to. Either way, it's all threats. It's all bullying. It's all this. It's all that narrative. It's all the same narrative over and over and over and over there.
Right. Okay, you're right.
And we don't need to repeat what that doofus says.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, Dr. Earl, I meant to ask you there. Who's your girl you got on the chat there, or not chat, but
Oh, you mean in the little the screen there?
yeah.
That is what's her name? That's from the movie Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters in 2013.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, yeah, I have
Her
a
name-
girl on mine too.
Wow. I guess her name is Famke Janssen. She's a character actor. She was also in one of a few X-Men movies just as well.
Oh,
Hmm.
do you want to go see my girl?
On your, let me find it there. Blah blah. Let me find it
Keith,
there.
look up Areola.
Okay.
Whoa.
Ariola.
Where we going?
I was going to say Ariola.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Mm.
I see her there. Yeah. Who's that
It's
lady on your thumbnail?
A small circular area, in particular the ring of pigmented skin surrounding a nipple.
Yep,
Ah.
Oh wow.
we didn't
Any
know
of the
that.
small- Nope.
Not really. No. Mm.
Oh,
any
I
of
knew
the
that.
small spaces between the veins on a
Oh,
leaf.
I see now.
Breast.
Yeah.
Buffering right now.
Or
So
the nervous on an insect's wing. A reddened patch around a spot, or PAPULE.
Yeah, of course I knew the nipple one.
oh my gosh, I love what you got on the screen on your live stream there. Moo, moo.
Yeah, it's Molly
moo,
Moo Cow.
moo, moo, moo. Who?
Molly Moo Cow.
Oh yeah, that's the same cow that Joe uses for one of his donations with Leah on logos, air quotes.
Yo, Keith.
Yes.
Yeah,
Chris Dietrich Ditecki said in the chat that you Disturbed, the band Disturbed. You're a big Disturbed guy, correct?
Yes, I am. And I'm even a bigger fan of Godsmack and Stain.
Hmm.
Kind of like the 2000s metal there.
Now, Brian, you are a big Stain guy, correct?
well,
No, never
If-
liked Stain. Never liked Stain because one of those little, like I said, some of the problem I have with some of the new metals is like, the metal I remember is like, I have the beast inside of me. Whereas the new metal is like, I'm afraid of the beast inside of me. You know, that's not how I am, you know.
well, when we
Yeah.
get into that era,
That-
we're gonna
we
need YR and
Keith
Keith
here.
big time because I have very little knowledge of anything beyond about the 80s into the
What?
90s.
Or the 90s, yeah. Because I don't know about it, because there was hardly any real. To me, it was not really good rock and roll in the 1990s. It was all sensitive stuff like folky stuff like the Blues Traveler, Spin Doctors, the stuff I was not into. You know.
Yeah, Three Doors Down. Yeah,
You know, I don't like them either because it's mostly
Well-
ballad stuff there.
Well, the Spin Doctors was like mom music.
Hippie. Yeah, or hippie music there. For the people out there who like to wear these short jean shorts there, sandals, little beards looking like the just
Like Tony.
reject like Tony.
Yeah.
Mm.
Really
I don't.
mysterious. I love Puddle of Mud.
Oh, I
I
never
love
liked them
mud.
either.
What-
Never
I've
liked
never even
them.
heard of them.
Be glad.
Well, Tony, you know that band Stabbing Westward? Tony was the drummer. Like, I think the drum tech, but I think he was part drummer too in Stabbing Westward band.
Oh wow.
Well,
I know
That-
for a while
that
when
show
I was
Conan-
listening. Yeah, when I was listening to Cronin, he was always talking about that band.
Yeah, I know. I even interviewed their frontman for one of his for one time there.
Where
Doc-
I had their drummer on my show for 6 months, so it's better than
Dr. Earl, what do you think about Five Finger Death Punch?
Somewhat all right there.
Those are,
Like I said,
listen, Earl, those are groups that tour. Obviously not at the moment, but they tour constantly. They do Disturbed. A lot of them do like shows together, like opening acts with Disturbed, and then Five Finger Death Punch. Keith, what was the other one? The one you
Bottom.
said you saw? What was the band?
Seether.
Either, like those three acts could be on one ticket. You know what I mean?
yeah.
When I saw Seether, it was Seether opening up for Three Doors Down.
What song does Seether sing?
Gasoline, Fine Again.
And how does it go? How does it go? I forget.
I forget to. It was a.
What
It
rock
feels.
songs do you know? Like what rock songs do you not forget? Like which ones do you know right now?
Keith, hold on a second. Let me ask you a question. Any of the songs that me and Arknolia and YR have been mentioning, have you even taken the time to listen to them?
Yes.
No, I don't. I don't want. I don't want to learn new music, even if it's old music. I don't want to.
Whoa.
Nobody says you have to
Classic
learn
music.
it.
Y'all on a
It's
fucking rock
classic.
and roll show dressing like a rapper, number one. Yeah.
Well, every
And
once
just
in a
said-
while,
and
I've gone in and looked at some of these reaction videos by people that go back to hear these songs from the '60s and '70s, and generally their reaction is, "Wow, this is real music," as opposed to the stuff they're listening to now.
But still, like it
Yeah.
rubs off on Keith when when we do shows because I play a lot of the music, and when we're behind the scenes, talking about shows or whatever, like I play a lot of music and Keith hears it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keith,
Yeah.
you're nice with people, like you say, thank you and have a good time, congratulations. You're nice to
Yes.
people, like yes. You think what do you say, like no, and yeah, yes,
Yep.
and thank you. You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah,
see,
but Keith, going back to discussion, one
Right.
of the reasons why we do these shows like we do is to inform the people out there who only know the hit songs on the radio.
right. And
Like
with
Judas Priest, or me and YR mentioned this last year during Metal Maniacs. They only kids only know the radio hits like Breaking the Law, Got Another Thing Coming, or Living After Midnight, but yet are completely unaware about Last Rose of Summer, Sinner, or Run to the Mill, or the songs like Dreamer Deceiver, or
Judas
Island.
Priest.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, but
Let's Keith, real quick.
listen to-
Keith, look up Chris Cornell and how he used tracks on stage. He never sang live, right? Chris
he's
Cornell.
from.
And to give him credit, he had a massive vocal range.
Damn it, dude! Shit.
You all right?
Tampa Bay 2 points.
Is
good.
Chris Cornell from the Foo Fighters?
No,
Chris Cornell.
no, he was
Soundgarden.
from Soundgarden and Audio Slave. Rest in peace.
All right. What do you want me to look up about Chris Cornell?
Chris Cornell. It was lip syncing.
Lips on stage.
Yes.
What the fuck?
People in the chat. Oh, he's great at nah. Come on. The best is Stone Temple Pilots over Soundgarden. Come on.
Yes. Stone Temple Pilots is amazing.
Well, they were good. Well, I admit they had some pretty good songs, just the ones that we didn't hear on the radio. Remember, I'm not a radio
Did
guy,
you hear,
type of guy.
did you hear chirping on a hole in a paper heart?
I have heard that. I heard that one time there. Yes.
And actually,
That's
that's kind of the
awesome.
way I feel too. That's why a lot of my lists don't do the radio songs; they do deeper cuts.
The deep
Wow.
tracks. We're
I
all
remember
about deep tracks here, right, Brown?
chirp-
Yeah, absolutely.
I was
Well, that's
listening.
and keep this in mind, Keith. The reason why you're one of the reasons why you're involved in this program for you to learn all these songs.
Yes.
And
No,
precisely, other than Breaking Benjamin or Caesar and all that stuff, you need to expand your horizons there.
I'm only on this show for one reason, and it's because YR calls me to be on the show. That's the only reason.
Yeah,
Jesus
but
Christ.
it's not just about that. It's
Not
about
about that,
learning
Keith.
things.
The learning
Absolutely.
process.
Yeah,
Not
exactly. Don't be so close-minded.
Anymore. I'll listen to a song once in a while on YouTube, but mostly I'm listening to shows in this community, and
Well,
I'm barely
just
even
because
doing
well, Dr. Brown, just because he doesn't listen to the song doesn't necessarily mean he didn't learn something. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, he learns a lot, but he chooses. You know, he's in the African American culture. He likes that culture. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Mm.
Chris Cornell kind of flubs the limb sync on the line with a dirty feel, and I always thought it was cool they left it in. This video does not have sound. Oh, and then it's just a bunch of people writing comments about it. Maybe I should find another article. Oops.
Oh,
Hold on. Let's see. The lead singer voice, even without the background score, is